one of the perks of training every morning is one, to get in shape, at least to be consistent, and two, you get to see the subtle changes from day to day. Looking for bikes here. Just finished up 8 times 1K, and it's a brisk, cool morning, but not as cold as it was the other day. Funny, you walk out every day and it's a little bit different temperatures. When there's clouds in the air, of course, here in Bakersfield, that means it's going to be warmer. There's snow in the foothills behind me, but it's warm today, so it must be another rain front coming in. When there's no clouds, it gets cold. Like the other day, it was 36. Today, it was probably 45. And difference in a day. My DoorDash just sent me a note saying I'm going to work at 8 o'clock. So yeah, yesterday was pretty interesting. They announced the Bakersfield Marathon. I got an email from them too. It's supposed to be happening. Legacy on that. I'll probably do the half. And Boston Marathon is going to happen October 11th. They're going to keep with the Monday, but Chicago is on October 10th. So 2 majors back-to-back days. There's going to be 6 major races all in 6 weeks. Berlin, Tokyo, London are all going to be happening September to October, November range. November will be the New York City Marathon. So it shall be interesting to see. Obviously, the fields will be watered down. It's a great opportunity for U.S. marathoners to do well. And so hopefully they don't all run the same race. You need to spread them out. Each of them run a few in every race. That way, pick the race that you're strongest at. The hills if it's Boston, rolling hard course if it's New York, flat and fast New York, London or Berlin. And hopefully then we can get more Americans on the podiums, because I think it's a great opportunity to do just that. On this day, well, on the 26th, Mary Cain broke the girls, high school girls mile record, and she ran 4:32, I think, and the old record was 4:38. Amazing thing is the old record was from 1972. She broke the record in 2013. So amazing that it took 40 years, I guess, to break that record. Quite a long record. Not really sure why. Granted, we don't run a lot of miles in America anymore. We have the silly 1,500 meters or 1,600 meters. And indoor track, obviously, is an East Coast thing. Out here in California, there are no indoor tracks, really, because there's no reason. Of course, we used to have the indoor meet at the LA Forum for years and years. And then Fresno had the indoor track. And I went up there a few times when we had the California quasi-state championship with Precal track. And they ran on that 8 laps to a mile track. And man, that thing was banked. It was like rollerball. Speaking of records, Jim Walmsley, of course, got the American record in the 100K, crushed it, and missed the world record by just a mere 11 seconds. But I think probably that actually is getting more ink than if he broke the record. So Hoka 1-1 definitely got their money's worth by putting on this race, and it's really good to see. It's always good to see ultra athletes being made into the mainstream, and hopefully he's going to go back. It sounds like he definitely wants to get that 100K record that is, which is recognized internationally, not so much here in the United States. Funny thing is, I do all my training in kilometers, but so it seems like I'm doing more distance, but also just mixing it up, especially when now I'm just walking more than running. It's nice to have different goals and see what the pacing is. It's interesting with kilometers, just the different numbers you have to kind of make in your head, but the math is a lot easier. It's funny, speaking of that 1972 women's girls, high school girls mile record, my gosh, it was, sorry, I'm gonna get my shadow out of there. I was in Georgia back then. Shout out to Hank Aaron, rest in peace. I actually saw him hit 7:15. But I remember I was in junior high, Cobb Junior High, I think it was East Cobb Junior High. And I remember back then, them teaching us the metric system and telling us, oh, you need to learn this because, the imperial system, English system, it's going bye-bye. Well, it's 2021, I'm 57, not 13, and we still got miles, gallons, pounds, and all that. So kind of funny how America's just clinging on desperately to the metric system. To the English system. Actually, I think they should get rid of the English system completely. I think that would help in a lot of ways, maybe get us more scientific minded. I remember years ago, they were sending a satellite of sorts to Mars, and they're listening, and you know, there's that time delay, and they're listening and listening, and all of a sudden it's just deadly silence, and then they realize that the damn probe just smashed into the planet. Well, what had happened is somewhere down the line, someone did calculations, and instead of inputting kilometers, put in miles, and so obviously, you know, kilometers 0.62 miles, so it just crashed right into it. It was billions of dollars, I think, so craziness abounds. So, gonna finish up. You can see I've got a beautiful sunrise. Gonna go home and then hit some door dashing. Hopefully do well that thing. It's been pretty good at DoorDash lately. So here's to staying healthy, being boring, and not epic.
And across the world.
You're disrespecting